Pharmacist Chu had grown fond of the pasture from Pyongyang. Pharmacist Chu had grown fond of the pastor from Pyongyang and was pleased to see his recovery. He visited Isaac only once a week now, and the young man seemed completely well. "You are too healthy to be in bed," the pharmacist said, "but don't get up just yet." Chu was seated beside Isaac, who was lying flat on the bedroll in the storage closet. The draft from the gaps around the windowsill lifted Chu's white forelock slightly. He placed the thick quilt over Isaac's shoulders. "You are warming up?" "Yes, I'm indebted to you and Ajumani. You still look too thin." Chu frowned. "I want to see you stout. I wanted to see you stout. There's no curve to your face. Don't you like the food here? There's no curve to your face. 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 Don't you like the food here?" The boarding house keeper looked as if she had been scolded. "The meals have been wonderful," Isaac protested. "I'm eating far more than what I pay in board. The food here is better than at home." Isaac smiled at Yangjin and Sonja, who were standing in the hallway. Chu leaned into Isaac's chest, where he had placed the bell of his stethoscope. The breathing sounded strong and even, similar to the week before. The pastor seemed very fit. "Make a coughing sound." Chu listened thoughtfully to the timbre of the pastor's chest. You've improved for certain, but you've been ill most of your life, and you had tuberculosis before. Tuberculosis. We need to be vigilant. You need to be vigilant. "Yes, but I feel strong now, sir. I'd like to write to my church in Osaka to let them know my travel dates. That is, if you think I can travel." "My brother made me promise that I'd get your permission first." Isaac closed his eyes as if in prayer. "Before you left Pyongyang, did your doctor think you could travel all the way to Osaka by yourself?" "I was told that I could travel, but the doctor and my mother didn't encourage my leaving home. But I was the strongest I'd ever been when I left. But of course, since being here like this, no doubt I should have listened to them. It's just that the church in Osaka wanted me to come. But of course, since being here like this, no doubt I should have listened to them. It's just that the church in Osaka wanted me to come. Your doctor told you not to go, but you went away. Chu left. Young men can be locked up, I suppose, so now you want to head out again. And this time you want my permission. How would it look if something happened to you on the way, or if you got sick when you got there? Chu shook his head and sighed. What can I say? I cannot stop you, but I think you should wait. How long? At least 2 more weeks, maybe 3. Isaac glanced up at Yangjin and Sunjae. He was embarrassed. I feel terrible that I've burdened you and put you at risk. Thank God no one has gotten sick. I'm so sorry for everything. Yangjin shook her head. The pastor had been a model guest. If anything, the other lodgers had improved their behavior in the proximity of such a well-mannered person. Proximity of such a well-mannered person. Proximity. He had paid his bill on time. She was relieved that his health had improved so dramatically. Chu put away his stethoscope. I'm in no rush for you to return home. However, the weather here is better for your lungs compared to the north, and the weather in Osaka will be similar to the weather here. The winters are not as severe in Japan, Chu said. Isaac nodded. The climate had been a major consideration for his parents' consent for Isaac to go to Osaka. Consent. Isaac nodded. The climate had been a major consideration for his parents' consent for Isaac to go to Osaka. Then, may I write the church in Osaka? And my brother? You will take the boat to Shimonoseki and then the train, Chu asked, making a face. The journey would take a day or 2 at the most with delays. Isaac nodded, relieved that the pharmacist was signaling that he could leave. Have you been going out? Not beyond the yard. You've said that it wasn't a good idea. Where you can now, you should take a good walk or 2 every day. Each one longer than the one before it. You need to strengthen your lungs. You are young. You've been in bed and in the house for almost 3 months. The pharmacist turned to Yangjin. See if he can make it as far as the market. He shouldn't go alone, obviously. He could fall. Chu patted Isaac on the shoulder before going and promised to return the following week. The next morning, Isaac finished his Bible study and prayers. then ate his breakfast in the front room by himself. The lodgers had already gone out for the day. He felt strong enough to go to Osaka, and he wanted to make preparations to leave. Before heading out to Japan, he had wanted to visit the pastor of a church in Busan. Before heading to Japan, he had wanted to visit the pastor of a church in Busan, but there had been no chance for that. He hadn't contacted him for fear that he'd stop by and get sick. Isaac's legs felt okay, not wobbly as before. In his room, he had been doing light calisthenics. Calisthenics that his eldest brother, Samuel, had taught him when he was a boy. Having spent most of his life indoors, he had to learn how to keep fit in less obvious ways. Calisthenics, plank, lunges, dips, calisthenics. Having spent most of his life indoors, he had to learn how to keep fit in less obvious ways. Yang-jin came to clear his breakfast tray. She brought him barley tea, and he thanked her. "I think I'd like to take a walk. I can go by myself," he said, smiling. "It wouldn't be for long. I feel very well this morning. I won't go far." Yang-jin couldn't keep her face blank. She couldn't keep him cooped up like a prized rooster in his henhouse. But what would happen if he fell? The area near her house was desolate. If he walked by the beach and had an accident, no one would see him. She couldn't keep her face blank. He couldn't keep her face blank. She couldn't keep him cooped up like a prized rooster in her henhouse. She couldn't keep him cooped up like a prized rooster in her henhouse. But what would happen if he fell? Cooped him desolate. Yang-jin couldn't keep her face blank. She couldn't keep him cooped up like a prized rooster in her henhouse. But what would happen if he fell? The area near her house was desolate. If he walked by the beach and had an accident, no one would see him.